Good afternoon. We are living in no evil times, and I'm running for president. Matt, 2024. MAT 2024. I have little hope of actually being elected, which is good. Have you seen how those guys age between the time they go into office and the time they come out? So, if I'm not trying to actually get elected, what am I doing here? I'm trying to change the political conversation, draw attention to the issues that concern me, and expand democracy in the least democratic democracy in the world. And I know, strictly speaking, we are not a democracy, but democracy is part of the constitutional republic we enjoy. So I'll address that here once and move on. I've come up with 7 topics or issues I want to speak on. So expect at least 7 videos laying these out, then more as I go into greater detail and hopefully louder ranting. Here are my concerns. The Electoral College. We need to rid ourselves of it. Federal salaries. I opt for salaries that cap out at the American worker average or median. We can look at both those numbers. A gold-backed dollar, term limits for Congress, no stock trading for any elected federal public servant, that is the executive branch, Congress, SCOTUS. Get voters to demand from candidates they take the U.S. citizenship test and share the results and be able to answer questions about the Constitution. Make the Treasury a government institution whose only mission is to ensure the currency supply is equal to the amount of gold. Whatever we have decided is the amount of dollars to an ounce of gold. Now, here are the reasons these are so important to me and by extension to the improvement of our lot in life. The Electoral College. I am much less interested in why this system for voting was chosen than I am at how it skews an individual's vote weight. That is, a Wyoming voter has 3.6 times the weight of a California voter in 2016. And that is the Permanent Apportionment Act that has much to do with that. But the Constitution, as the numbers were originally stated, gave less populous states more power per individual. I will go over the pertinent article and act and the numbers next video. Federal public servants' salaries should be on a par with those of the average American so they can reasonably comprehend the trials and tribulations we daily face. We hear them often refer to kitchen table issues, but the kitchen of a $50,000 a year person is going to be vastly different than that of someone making $174,000 a year. And monies accrued from insider stock trading and lobbyist money and other perks. Let's face it, those people in Congress are raking it in. Now, that will be another video. Back the dollar with gold. Simply, if we tie the dollar to a finite resource, we can only print so many dollars, as opposed to printing as much as we want and giving it to corporations that are too big to fail, which is the very antithesis of capitalism. I'll address both these subjects in 2 separate videos. And term limits for Congress. We need to stop the constant campaigning for the next term at the expense of actually working at what they, as public servants, were elected to do. Legislate in the best interests of their constituents. That's another video. No stock trading. Simply put, given their position and access to information everyday citizens don't have, there is the appearance of insider trading, whether it is or not. If you want to earn the trust of your constituents, avoid even the appearance of impropriety. That's another video. Get voters to demand competency. If any in office can't pass the U.S. citizenship test or doesn't have a firm grasp of the very powers the Constitution bestows upon them, and more importantly, the freedoms and rights granted we, the people, they are a danger to our democratic republic. That's another video. Make the Treasury a government institution. This will take oodles of research, so I'll put it last. As I understand it, there are 100 shares owned by 100 banks or bankers, making the Treasury a privately held institution. I know it's a lot more complicated than that, but not by a lot. So I should rephrase that. I know it's more complicated than that, but not by a lot. This means the government and private companies are working together at the expense of free market capitalism. Instead of waiting for my video, which would probably be garbled and messy at best, George Gammon, among others, has some great videos on this, and I strongly suggest you visit his channel. I will put a couple of links down below. If I can find the video he made specifically about the Treasury, he's got a lot of videos out there. It's going to be some searching. But I'll give you a link to his channel. He does great videos on economics, specifically what we practice here in the U.S., which is a muddled mess. It's very little like actual free market capitalism. And he's got a very firm grasp of what's going on, and he can impart that information in a way that normal everyday people like me can understand. So that's some good stuff. Okay, I laid out what I think are relevant concerns, and as I research these, my knowledge will grow, and as you watch my videos, so will yours. My next video is all about the Electoral College, so subscribe and it will magically appear without you having to look for it. Remember, growth is rebellion. They want you to stay small. In order for them to succeed, they need your complicity. And vote for me, vote LP, or vote third party. Expand democracy in the least democratic democracy in the world. You don't have to hold your nose and vote for the lesser of two evils. There are other choices out there. Learn to prep. When TSHTF, the government will not be there to help. All right, I thank you for watching, and if you didn't watch, well, what's wrong with you, man? Talk to you soon.